What's up, TubeYube, and welcome to my little buddies who are joining in for the live stream. Tonight we are going to be going over some animation in Red Dead, and I might even pop you into some of the stuff that we're working on for the short film. Real quick, I want to shout out, I don't know where I put it, here it is. Shout out Rococo for sending us the head rig for the project. We did the motion capture with the actors on Saturday, and it looks fantastic. They did an awesome job, but the head rig really went a long way just to make it look that much better. Held the phone real nicely, and with all the data that I processed yesterday, it's looking fantastic. And we'll go over a little bit of that a little bit later. If you want to pick one up for yourself or are interested in any of Rococo's other pieces of hardware or software, head on over to the link in the description of this stream and check them out. It's good stuff. You can also go down there to join the Discord, but we're going to jump right into Red Dead 2. We're going to be looking at analyzing some animation. Probably won't go specifically into Valentine since we did that last time. We'll probably move through a couple missions and then bounce right into showing you guys a little bit of the progress with the project so far. We'll probably start doing more of that, where each stream will be more about showing what we're working on, but then we'll always be coming back to the game for a little bit of reference. So I'm gonna switch it over now. Oh boy, my favorite, when it doesn't connect properly. It was all working 2 seconds ago, and now it doesn't want to. Gotta love it. Alright, we're gonna try this real quick. Nope. Oh boy. I apologize to my faithful viewers. We were off to such a good start, too. I was really crushing it with that opener. At least I think I was. You can definitely let me know if I wasn't. But let's do this. This. Bada bing, bada boom. Maybe. Do. Deactivate, activate. Well, this is just such a joy. I'm going to switch back to camera capture real quick. I have it up right next to me, which is unfortunate that it's not working. So that's fantastic. So what we're probably going to do is move... I got it. Cool. I apologize for that. But here we go, moving right into animation, discovering things. I see that comments already coming in. All right. So we'll get right into moving here. Sorry, that threw me off a little bit, but we're back. Let's go do a main mission, just kind of to focus on specific things around the animation, which is something I was thinking about the other day. So I was actually chatting earlier with York Reacts on YouTube. He shot me a message. We were talking about different things with facial animation. And I was talking with him about the stuff we were using with MetaHuman Animator. And, there was at one point where he was streaming and he was like kind of discussing, oh, did it not register? Nah, I'm not doing that mission again. I don't know why I didn't save them from last time, but we'll go do a side mission instead. But I was chatting with him, and when I was watching one of his streams, he was talking about just like the different animations for things and whatnot. And really what you're doing when you're playing a game is like driving a set of animations and encoded responses to that. So it's really like, doing your own movie but playing through it. And then when you're in a game like Red Dead where it looks this good, it's even more so like that. So let's go ahead and find on the map. Let's go find a quick side mission, because I already did the mission with Bill and it took it away. This one's pretty fun. It's a pretty good shootout. We'll go do this, and then we'll pop into what I'm doing with the short. But for now, I want to focus really on the animation that is in here. Since we already have a video on fixing the bad facial animation on your YouTube channel, will the season 2 of Titanfall New Frontiers come? No. Not anytime soon. There's New Frontiers. That project is completed, and we'll be pursuing other things for the future. Man, Arthur is a bullet sponge. Oh, there's 2 more guys over here. Well, that wasn't worth it. Hey, it's York himself. York's here. If you're not subscribed to York Reacts, pop on over. Dude is a legend. He worked on this game. He did a lot of the animal animations, so the non-horse animal animations. Most of those are his. Also, I lost my hat, but oh well. We'll go do this side mission, and then we'll go into talking about the facial animation stuff, which, like I mentioned before, me and York were talking about earlier today, because there's some really neat stuff now in Unreal Engine, even some stuff that they hid in there that's pretty neat. So we'll kind of be going over what that is. I'm gonna throw my hat back on because I feel like Arthur needs his hat. There we go. All right, we'll go do this side mission, and then we'll get into all that jazz. And really want to. I'm hoping that this side mission, if I remember correctly, it does have some cutscenes. So just to focus in on that a little bit more, because I do want to observe more of the cinematography in the game itself, to then get into when we're doing the cinematography for our project, to chat about it in there. Also, I'm gonna pop off my headphones for a little bit because it's kind of hard to talk and listen to the game at this volume. I need to figure out a better solution for my audio, because right now it's just like raw into the PS5 through like the converter, and I can't turn the volume down on it. But I'll get to it eventually. I usually play with my Pulse 3D headphones, so that's pretty cool. But as we make our way over here, tomorrow I'm also putting out a video talking about the much anticipated, a lot of people have asked, my opinion on Helldivers. We got a video coming out, Helldivers based tomorrow. And that is another world that I want to explore in the future, but for now we're focused on a Red Dead Redemption. Hey, it's good to see you here, York. Thank you for popping on. If you're streaming later, definitely update in the Discord, so I might catch it for a few minutes. It's hard now because I live on the East Coast again. So, like, you pop on, and then it's like, man, I gotta go to bed to get to work in the morning. But I usually watch for a few minutes, regardless. Oh, there's a bear. York did animate some of the, like, I know he animated specifically the bear scratching its back on a tree. Cool stuff like that. So, if you're not subscribed to him, go subscribe. He provides a lot of fantastic insight. Basically just advertising other YouTubers at this point. Which, while I'm doing that, go subscribe to Scoj Skull as well. He does a lot of Monster Hunter content. Alright. Let's go meet the stranger. Oh, it gave me 2 guns. That's fantastic. So that action package is going to happen when it automatically loads you off with 2 additional weapons. Those will be fine. I think this one you kind of defend here. Alright, let's pay attention to the cinematography right here.
You a bounty hunter? Not right now, I ain't. You Black Bell? I'd like to talk to you.
And one thing that like I do notice with this game is like they do take full advantage of that widescreen, so I might end up filming ours with the IMAX preset, the 70mm IMAX at squeezed. Sorry, now I'm like just looking. But yeah, no. Like every one of these shots so far have been like wide. None of them have necessarily been like, you know, super tight by any means. Because anytime that it gets like closer to them, the whole camera's physically moving closer. It's not zoomed in. It gives a nice I don't know, Western look, reminiscent of old Western movies, kind of John Wayne looking things. Alright. Let's shoot these guys, and then we'll get into some of the Unreal Engine stuff. Chat about that for a little bit. Try to keep these streams relatively quick. I vote yes to widescreen. It's such an RDR staple. Absolutely. And that's Mrs. Coalition, so I have to listen. Alright. Goodness, I'm not doing too good. I'm stuck on something. Alright, let's just get out of these guys. Hopefully it does the cinematic camera. I like when it does that. Oh, no. Oh well. Like, look how, like, well the animation blends together. Like, I'm sure York can speak way more to how that actually works. But it looks pretty incredible. Oh, that's where they're coming from. But the animation blending is fantastic, and it's something that, with ours, I might have to do some more. Oh, look, there's one of those slow-mo things. The smoke gets stuck to the barrel. One of the only immersion breakers. But yeah, I want to look into just thinking about blending things, because the way that I need to approach the animation for this Red Dead short that I'm working on, I might have to retime some things, which is like, you know, not out of the ordinary, but I also want to see what blending options I would have. Alright. Aimbot goes crazy. The aim assist in the game is definitely heavy. I think there's a way to turn it down, but for stream purposes, I'm not too worried about it.
Wild West days, running with Jim Boy Calloway.
Little boy Calloway? The only running he did was away from
We'll talk about the facial animation that we recorded this weekend, but like even like how it looks here, it's pretty fantastic. Like even for an NPC character, like who this Bell character is supposed to be. I also gotta pay attention. We do have a cigarette in the short. Just paying attention to that. That's gonna have to be hand animated because it kind of jacks up the facial animation. But yeah, I mean, this is all, you know, some good points to pick up for ours, and we'll kind of pop into it. I'll have to send you guys to the waiting screen, but I put some pretty dope music on my waiting screen, so I'll do that while I throw up Unreal Engine here in a minute. But I mean, I feel like, you know, even this little digestion, just kind of seeing how things are looking, how the cinematography is, all that. Just take a different pose, or yeah, it doesn't give you those options. That's all right. Even that idle animation looks pretty great. There we go.
Okay, got it.
And I guess they'll be on my way.
There. Well, thank you, Mrs. Bell.
It is crazy because I'll show you guys how we're doing our facial animation here in a minute. but like,
Just the way it is.
you know, a lot of times facial animation, like really good facial animation, is reserved for studios like this that have, you know, animators who can like really get those performances locked in. But now with stuff like MetaHuman Animator, it just gets it into such a better starting place. And I found some techniques that make it even better. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'll fire up Unreal. We'll swap the stream over to that. If you guys need a drink or anything, go take a quick break. I will be right back.
Don't stop. Run.
All right, and we're back. So I'm just gonna jump in real quick and show you guys kind of what we're working on and how it's all looking. So this was from what we recorded this weekend, and to give a little bit of context to the new things that are in Unreal, because I kind of talk about like there are so many of these cool animation things, but I don't really talk about what those actually look like. So the main thing is MetaHuman Animator, which can use an iPhone 12 or newer to do like professional facial motion capture. And we actually figured out ways, even since the test that I posted on Saturday, like I found kind of check boxes to even make it that much better. Takes a little bit longer, but the results are like just mind-boggling. So like that's the main thing, and the reason that it works so well is because it's using a combination of like the depth sensor in an iPhone, as well as you know, just generally what the video input is, as well as some other, you know, technology that they have going into it. There's some machine learning that helps train into it, and it calibrates specifically to the actor's face, which is like one of the main things that sets it apart. Since it's doing that, you know, you just get a much better result out of the box. And additionally, there's also one-to-one retargeting. So before, you kind of used these things that acted as an approximate retargeter, but it was never like 100%. It was never one-to-one, and so you had to do like a bunch of tweaking to it, and like ultimately you weren't getting like the truest version of that performance. That's what we use for all of New Frontiers. In the new Unreal Engine 5.4, they can do one-to-one retargeting. So like you just import your animation, and no matter what your model is, like it figures out where all the bones are supposed to be and translates the motion capture one-to-one. So what the actors recorded, their performances, because they were wearing the Rococo motion capture suit, and they also had the head rig on, which I'll shout them out again because I love these guys. But Rococo sent us this for this project. It's a fantastic piece of hardware. but it did an amazing job of allowing the actors to act. And I think that's like one of the main things with, a lot of people like try to build their own head rigs and stuff like that. But then they get heavy. It kind of becomes cumbersome. Our actors this weekend were able to ignore the fact that they were wearing this with a phone in front of their face, and just do their performances. So it came across like super spot on. It was really cool to see. But if you're into VTubing or want to do your own animations, definitely check out Rococo. Link in the description. But let's jump into Unreal, and I want to show you what this facial animation actually looked like. And then when we jump back onto stream on Thursday, we'll work on building out the interior environment. That way there's a full gamut to begin really diving into the animation portion of the project. But here we go. Here's Unreal. So this is essentially how it works. So originally we were going to do metahumans that were just kind of like original characters, but then the actors really like the idea of it, resembling them in some light. So I'll actually pull up just so you guys can kind of see this iterative process. So we'll go to My Metahumans. You'll see all the old New Frontiers metahumans down at the bottom. But so there was these characters to begin with, and then they ended up translating into something that looks more like the actors who performed. So you can definitely see similarities, but the new metahumans look a lot more like the actors who did the performance, which will also help with it feeling more lifelike, because it's not like their voice on the wrong body. It kind of looks like their face and is their performance. But so essentially the way that this is working is you have what are called these metahuman identities, and you can essentially get like the base for a metahuman that looks somewhat like the character just based off of the iPhone footage, which is pretty crazy. So there are no head scans in this. It was legit like had the actors look at the camera, they look to the left, they look to the right, and this is all on an iPhone. And then they do like a pose, like showing their teeth, like just like that. And then it can process from there to create a base of a metahuman, which is what are called these skeletal meshes. This is what it spits out. Looks, a lot like the actor, but then you can customize that in MetaHuman Creator. From there, you would basically prep these for training, so it does some machine learning on it, just to learn the facial features based off of what you input in the metahuman identity, cross-referenced with, the DNA of a metahuman, essentially, what it uses to animate it. And then you create what are called these performance assets, and these are essentially like the clips that you would send for processing. Now, the regular, that's fine. The regular metahuman animator, like default, is super fast. It can process these clips, pretty quick. But there is a secret box, and it's usually ticked on. It's this skip per vertex solve. And I personally feel that like when this is turned on, so it skips that step, the metahumans are like slightly rubbery with the performance. But when you check it off, it takes a lot longer to process. But the way that it looks is like way closer to the performance of the actor. And
What are you on about?
Way less to clean up. So like you can kind of even see right here. Like this is not touched. This is just raw what came out of processing.
What are you on about?
And it looks very one-to-one. It gets rid of that rubbery bit, and there's like kind of this funny bit here at the end, because this was like the first time we did a take without like technology crashing on us. Yeah! So there's a funny little celebration.
Hey, we kept this in the whole time, yes! All right.
But like you can see like just how well it like captures like each detail like per frame, dude. Like can I do Oh, shoot. How do you do that? There's a way to, like... Nope. I don't remember. But, like, yeah, just the, like, how close it is. It's very one-to-one. And the head rig definitely helps with that because it just keeps the face in the same view. So I'll pull up another one of these just because they're, like, so impressive. Yep. Should really check, don't show this again, but you know, is what it is. So like, again, it's another completely different metahuman identity. This is what it's trained on to create the motion capture. You know, some areas need work, but like, it looks fantastic otherwise. Way better than what we did for New Frontiers. But just watch the full ad. I got you, Plot 8. Thanks. That AdSense really adds up. I appreciate it. But I want to show, even with you know, our actor here, Roger. We'll wait for this to pull up. This one might take a second because it's a very long clip. But like, you know, this is trained on a mesh of his face, so it like gets that much closer, and like his little quirks and like everything down to like, you know, his lip quivers the same way. It just looks extremely good. And like this will be like one-to-one what the actor is doing because of MetaHuman Animator and the new animation tools in Unreal Engine. It'll look fantastic. And I'll show, like, you know what? Instead of me bragging about it, instead of me just yapping here, let's show an example of this. So we'll create a what do we call this? Body performance. We'll show a good example of this. So I'll go grab real quick our mocap. I'll go to the camera so you're not looking at a blank screen. So we recorded this all. It was with the Rococo Smart Suit Pro. Rococo Smart Suit Pro 2. And we'll do this on Chris's character. So Chris Corcolo, he was also in New Frontiers. But here, we'll show, this will be a good example of just like how much better this is and how fast it is. So like importing mocap and everything in Unreal for New Frontiers would have taken a good amount of time before. Probably, I would say to get like animation on a character and get it like at least like in the correct position, probably about like a 45 minute process. This I'll show you, like, we're going to import it right now. We're going to import it on the Unreal Engine 5 skeleton. Everything looks good. We'll import this take of Chris. And we'll let that populate. And we're going to just do this to his metahuman. So we have the animation right here. We'll save it. So you can see this is Chris's animation. This is what it looks like. It's one-to-one with the Unreal Engine 5 skeleton because Rococo has that export option. So it generally looks pretty clean. There's a little bit of, you know, it's a little close to his body. Chris is a small guy. So, like, you know, that's just kind of where he would hold it. That's something that, like, I would just pop his arm out just a little bit. Especially, like, once it's on the actual character who will have, like, you know, coats and stuff on. But if I'm remembering, using the smart part of my brain, you go in here and you go to... Hold on. I'm going to get it. It's right-click and retarget animations. There it is. So we have this. So legit, this is our mannequin, and then we want to retarget it to... We'll just do the female body because the metahumans translate to each other. So here's that female body, it kind of gives us like all the animations that are there. And legit, it says ready to export. Select the animations to export. Legit, I click on his and I click export animations. It asks me where I want to put it. Body, export. Yep. And we do that, and now the metahuman is fully retargeted. That was it. That was like a 40-minute process before. It's pretty crazy. So like now, you know, I'll just do it in this level. Why the heck not? So now we'll bump this out to 90. I apologize. This metahuman doesn't have any clothes because they will be in a different different body once it's set up. But so we have his character, and we'll just do this under test. We'll go under test, cinematics, new cinematic, level sequence, and we'll just call this Chris. Test, pop it open. It looks a little bit like Chris. We pull his body in. There it goes. We'll delete these rigs. And we'll add his face animation first. Chris. Ta-da! And how long does this take? 4,879 frames. 4,879 frames. Boop. We'll pop that out. So now look. Now we have his facial animation. Bada bing, bada boom right there. And I believe I started the retargeting of this right there. So where he blinks here, I can also bring in his audio to be reflective. Actually, I'll do that right now. We'll bring in his audio. We'll do, oh shoot, I can't remember which one it is. There was an issue with the naming of certain things, but I believe it's Chris Take, nope. Must be Chris Take 6. Chris Take 6. Nope. I'll find it later. But so we have this, and then we go to his body. Legit. Type in the exact same thing. Nope. There it is. Is that it? I don't think so. There we go. There it is. We'll wait till he claps. And like the arms are a little bit off, but that's just inertia motion capture for you. It is what it is. So we'll go. Actually, this did retarget a little bit weird, so that would need some cleaning up. It didn't the other day, but I wonder if it is because we did it on a different metahuman body. But legit, like the starting point we're getting here in like these 5 minutes would have taken forever for New Frontiers in comparison. So yeah, that's definitely his arms are a wee bit broken. But you know, we went and imported it. Actually, it's actually pretty close. So it was just that crossover. But now he's fully animated, and this would go on the character with the clothing and stuff. But it fully exists in this way. It's running in real time, and we can iterate off of it. So pretty crazy. It's a huge leap forward from where we were before. But like, look at this. Like, it looks like a real person. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so that's how we're animating this short versus New Frontiers. It'll get us a lot further, a lot faster. But like, dude, that's all. It's just Rococo and MetaHuman Animator. That it's so crazy. It's nuts, dude. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. I'll stop my yapping. But man, wild stuff. So that's what we're going to be working with for this new short. I'm going to keep this stream pretty short. We're clocking in at just short of 40 minutes right now. I'm probably going to call it. Had a long day at work. Got to work tomorrow, and I got to get to working on this short. So you can really watch just Chris talk to the camera right there. But crazy stuff. This one's going to look a lot better than, what we did last time. So, all right, you saw it here first. Here, watch. He gets punched right here. Dude, man. It's crazy. I get so hyped on this stuff. All right, that's it. We're going to call it. Tune in on Thursday. We'll be building the interior environment. And we'll probably actually drop a little bit of animation with the characters with their, full rigs and stuff. Just so we can get an idea of what that layout needs to be like. But, all right. That is it. Thank you for joining for the stream. Be sure to like, comment, and do all that fun jazz. Become a member if you want to. We have lots of fun with the members. So, all sorts of fun stuff. You've been here. I'm on a high because this actually works. Super cool. All right. That's it. We'll see you later.